So we're going to address some of that has been coming out. Many of you know that Mike Winger has openly said just within the last 4 or 5 days that Sean Feucht has lied about him on air. I've had Julie Royce respond to the X post. She says Sean attacked her mercilessly, basically, and well, we'll read her exact words, but lied about her. And he lied about me. And so all of this, we're actually people just on the fringe of it all. But as I will point out, some of my big concerns are not just how he treats the people of God, but also, and more importantly, how he treats those who need Jesus the most. And I'll show you what I mean. I will refer to this post, if you can see this here. Sean Feucht basically has said yesterday, he has a new location for Winnipeg. The parks have denied us from every option, and not a single church would allow us to use their land. That's odd, isn't it? So my team called every one of them. So we are going back to a farm. So let me just get this straight. The churches don't want you. The parks don't want you. And so you're going to find someone who's willing to risk that the LGBTQ that you gaslight doesn't show up at their place and create havoc. Because of what you do. And I want to show you exactly what has been happening. So I took great offense to this. This was Sean Feucht's post, and it was 1 day ago. And I hope you can see it clearly. All right. Sean Feucht writes, "We need to reopen mental institutions across America ASAP." There's a picture of a young kid. And he says, his sign says, there are trans kids to protect in Palestine too. We all know, as mature people, that I doubt there's very many trans kids in Palestine, but Palestine and the way that they would deal with it would not be good. But the point of his signage, which many people have kind of been looking at this kid's sign, and they're like, oh yeah, like, what's he saying? Or if he ever went there, he would be harmed. And we know that that's true. But I cannot even fathom that Sean Feucht has written, we need to reopen mental institutions across America ASAP. Basically insulting this young man who needs some help. What minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ goes around insulting people in this manner and saying that we need to reopen mental institutions? Did Jesus ever gaslight those who needed him? Did he come to the world so that the most difficult conversations would be with the sinners? No, that was nothing but love. The hardest conversations were those within the church. And a bunch of people have definitely come to my aid, I would say, on Sean Feucht's post. So, if I can look this up, I wrote to Sean and I said, this is the shameful gaslighting Sean Feucht does to the community, who then throws smoke bombs at his worship events. Would Jesus write this trash and post it on his X channel? Well done, winning the loss, Sean Feucht. You are an embarrassment. And I can't tell you how much I feel that. I feel that hurting those who need Jesus is reprehensible. And I feel badly. This young person has probably never had his face shown. I mean, Sean has a big following. So when I wrote that, just to bring this down here, just a second. Hang tight. So when I wrote this, this is what happened. Sean Feucht responded. And so his word to me was, when you see cowardly Canadians like this, he's speaking about me, bowing to the trans cult mafia, it's no wonder the state of many churches across the nation. We need more bold believers, not fake deceivers. All right. Well, I'm going to go to my post today and show you a few of the people that have been weighing in. And this lady, she says, he responds, very bad to criticism. Thank you for keeping up to date on all the phony balonies. B44, what did Jesus say? Go into all the world insulting and institutionalizing the lost, or go into all the world and preach the gospel to everyone? I like B44. You guys should follow her. Prophetic patriarch, not sure whether Sean is deliberately lying about you or if his reading comprehension and due diligence are really this bad. Somebody posted, this person said it takes less than 10 seconds to do a keyword search on my profile to see what my views on this issue are. And we're getting started in Ottawa to save the children from radical LGBTQ indoctrination. We stand together, Christians, Muslims, Sikhs, Jews, atheists, etc. It's time to stand for the children. Mike Winger has weighed in, and he said the woman Sean Feucht is lying about lost a high-paying job because she wouldn't stop speaking out against the trans agenda. Sean continues to lie about people who challenge him. It's one of his patterns. Thank you, Mike. Some others that have weighed in, Sue T says, cowardly. Here she is fighting Soji 7 years ago. I was there with her. And Jen Smith, where were you? You might remember those days. Jen Smith was basically a transgender, and he, spoke out against the harm that can be caused to children. And so we worked together for a while. Calling at Laura-Lynn TT cowardly is nothing but slander. She's one of the few bold voices in Christianity calling out corruption in churches. Your Christian nationalism is disgusting, Sean. Your grifting is even worse. The Jesus you follow is a false Christ. Stop promoting it. So everyone's having their say. And now this guy, he says, not very Christian of you, Sean. We see you, your idolatry of money, your fame, your idolatry of Israel. You are a fake Christian. Now, I just have to say that I stand with Israel too, so that doesn't make him a fake Christian, but we'll stick to the issues. A grifter in the name of Christ, you take the name of God in vain, my friend. Truth will come to light. Hope your closet is clean. Matt Crisp, hey Sean, Canadians here, also Christian here as well. So this guy's a Christian. He has a long lineage of Pentecostal ministers in his family. And I think myself, along with the majority of not only Canadians, but also Christian Canadians in the kindest Canadian way, would ask you to please stop, is what he's trying to say there. I love Laura-Lynn and what she's doing. Thank you. Where is your discernment, Sean Feucht? Sean is a land baron. Want to see all of these. I appreciate that you've all weighed in. And Ron Cantor said at Laura-Lynn TT, in fact, the New Testament tells us not to judge the world, but to judge those inside the church. So he's reading now from 1 Corinthians 5, 12 to 13. For what have I to do with judging outsiders? Is it not those inside the church whom you are to judge? God judges those outside. Purge the evil person from among you. Sean Feucht has merged cultural war politics, Bible altogether, which does not produce the fruit of the Holy Spirit, but a whiny, supersensitive, mean-spirited, horrible witness to the lost. And we all take offense to this as Christians. If you want to attack us, go ahead. I'm just going to quote you. I'm okay. You can say anything you want, and you have. Actually, Sean, you've said very inaccurate and terrible things. You've also said that about Julie Royce in attacking her when she has come against you. Joel Richardson weighs in here, and he says, and some folks were offended when I referred to Sean as a little twit last year. And so Joel Richardson, now these are all strong Christian people. So B44, you cry persecution while you persecute both the lost and God's servants. Not only is the world seeing this, but he who is higher than the highest is seeing all of this. He paid a precious price to set the captives free, not to mock and humiliate them for sport. And that's what I found about this thing. It was like mocking and humiliating this young person on the post and calling for mental institutions to be opened. L.V. Levine, he says, can you imagine if very conservative Billy Graham had posted such things towards those whom he was trying to reach? It's difficult to imagine he would have had nearly as much success as he had if he had engaged in that. There's a reason that it can be extremely dangerous to mix politics and Christianity. The pure gospel can be antithetical to the worldly systems and how they operate. And I have come to believe that is very true, actually, that the mixing of all of this is very dangerous, because you start doing your worship rallies when there's an election, so that we can not only have worship, yay God, but we can promote our next political, person that we are now in favor of. So Blaze Foray, hey, I appreciate this, Blaze. Laura-Lynn, keep pushing back on this guy. He's absolutely clueless to his own actions, not just towards the lost, but also towards his own staff and volunteers, all while thinking he's defending democracy and liberty. Julie Royce has said, Sean is a liar. He spewed the worst kind of lies about me when I exposed him too. I can't believe anyone takes him seriously anymore, and I have difficulty believing he's a Christian. I wrote, maybe this kid will find Jesus at your next worship rally, because they will know that you are Christians by your love. Way to gaslight your next grift. Keep it moving. So I'm putting this all out there because it's gotten a little nasty. And I would like Sean Feucht to contact me. And my email is lauralynnlive@gmail.com. And my phone number is with Nikki. Nikki is the person who runs your entire Canadian thing that goes on here in Canada. And she's got my phone number. And she can text me, and I give Nikki full permission to give you my phone number. If you'd like to solve this off air, that's fair enough. But your tactics are actually putting people in danger. What you did when you went to Iraq is you put Christians in danger. You took pictures when they really didn't want you to. You used it as a social media extravaganza. And then people were left and actually faced tremendous persecution after you left. Now you've come to Canada. Apparently we are free to worship when you're not here. We have big meetings. We baptize people in the name of the Lord, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. We baptize them. We have big meetings. Montreal has worship sessions downtown when you're not here. And I happen to believe that the same danger that you were in Iraq, you're actually bringing that to Canada. And for me personally, I would prefer you stayed away. Do we have problems in Canada? Yes, we do. We have a prime minister who is trying to shut down all of the charitable CRA status for all the churches. He's going to get fodder from what you're doing. You are in this post right here, all right? And if JT, if you could just put this back up, right here, you are really being offensive. And I would call out if anyone was telling someone to put Christians in a mental institution, or Muslims, or Sikhs, or Jews. I would call out someone that was being so rude. And now, if that person were not someone with a significant ministry, a lot of money, and a parent ministry to bring people to Jesus, if they didn't have that, I would probably just go, just another nutcase being rude. But because you are professing to operate by the power and the Spirit of the living God, you are bringing reprehensible damage to the kingdom in Canada. And I would dare say it could bring persecution to us. We don't like this. We don't want to denigrate those that need Jesus and are struggling. We all have issues in our families. We have those that don't see the way, the truth, and the life as we'd like them to. But because you have chosen to literally assault verbally and repeatedly on your social media. This is how you do it. You get them so upset. If you ever wonder why they show up at your meetings, there was another comment. I won't read any more comments, but just go to my X channel, at Laura-Lynn TT. There was another person that said, oh my goodness, I finally understand why they're so against you and why nobody wants you in Manitoba, because of what you've put on. And there was an article, they couldn't share it on Facebook. So I'd like to know. Maybe you could send that article to me at lauralynnlive@gmail.com and I can share it. But if you are truly a minister, I mean, I don't know if you have a designation. I've lost my credentials for speaking out against Christians. You should perhaps lose your credentials for emotionally abusing the other side, those that need God.